Hello and good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It's a pleasure really to have you here. And today I was so much looking forward to it because we have been preparing this for actually a couple of weeks, and it's something that's never been done before. So I'm here with Vim, Bill, and Victor from Painting VR, and today we're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna learn about what they have built and how actually these products is going to shape up, and how they are going to actually add multiplayer into their experience. So Vin, Bill, Victor, thanks very much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Indeed. So just to tell you what to expect. So what you can expect from this little madness hour. That's how it's going to look like. So at the beginning, we're going to hear a little bit from Vim about Painting VR, this physics-based painting simulation that runs on an Oculus Quest, and for which they actually 3 weeks ago started a Kickstarter to raise the fund to add multiplayer to their painting experience. After having a little bit of an overview about that and what's the journey, what's Painting VR actually is about, what we are going to do is that we are actually going to hop in VR in Shapes XR to see how Bill and Victor, two extremely power users, and guys, you should see what they paint because it's really incredible what is possible to do with a tool and with the creativity put together. And they spend actually some time in Shapes XR to create how they envision that multiplayer experience to be. So, then being Shapes XR, I will stream from my own headset. And you will see them. We will have a conversation about certain aspects, some of their vision, and to really give you a taste of how designing and creating immersive experience we personally feel should be like. So before we go and move forward, and when we see people joining, of course, this is also another thing I always forget to say, ask questions. So I might pop in and out my headset a little bit if you have any question to Vim, Bill, or Victor. So don't hesitate to ask. So why don't we start with Vim? Vim, why don't you tell us a bit about Painting VR?
So Painting VR is, as the name already might tell you, a painting experience in virtual reality. Actually, that's it. That's like the best explanation of the application because that's all we want it to be. Also, we want it to be something really hands-on, something that's understandable and usable by people from 7 to 77. So we have created actually like a painting simulation, an art painting simulation, physics-based. That's pretty realistic, if I might say so myself. We've launched the app like in a very basic format, very rough version on the 5th of May of this year, and it got picked up by lots of people immediately.
Certainly by Bill and Victor.
Yeah. Some of the OGs, which I think it's really funny that we can't see their faces because like that they play like the artist myth. So that's great. So we launched in beginning of May, and right now we have over 10,000 users all over the world. And yes, it's our dream to bring all those people together in virtual reality and to start creating a world around this painting application or this like creative application. So yeah, that's Painting VR in a quite large nutshell.
Yeah, and indeed, let me remind for the people to actually go and check Painting VR World on Kickstarter, because that is exactly where you can actually support and get the chance to get extra perks and access to the multiplayer build. So you will see this as a kind reminder because. And also, I think one of the reasons is also why I love to have Vim and the guys at Painting VR here is because it's a completely different. It's not a different spectrum. It's still like embracing that concept that VR makes you so powerful that you can do things that you might not be able to do in the real world, right? So and that's also what I personally stand for and what makes me excited. But also seeing something like this, I've also spent a few hours in Painting VR, and I mean, it's really just a great experience. So
some really nice painting.
being there and then having the chance to get the guys together and get them here and actually to experiment in Shapes XR to see how that multiplayer experience is going to look like. It's actually very it's actually very rewarding. So anybody, if you there is one thing you should do by the end is check out the Kickstarter at Painting VR World, and also of course check Shapes XR. I mean that is a given, right? Freely available on AppLab. I'm gonna send the link. So we are chit chatting. Are there any comments or questions? We will give a couple more maybe minutes, maybe very briefly. I haven't introduced Bill and Victor. Maybe we could do this. Ask maybe if you go, guys, can introduce yourself, and then we're certainly gonna be in VR. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any question, that's now a good moment so that I can still read them without putting my headset up and down all the time. So, Victor, maybe shortly, why you started painting in VR?
Well, I started painting in VR because somebody in the group of the Latam community shared the link of the trailer of the game, and they were like kind of speaking about it, like, oh, it looks so cool that we have finally an option for Quest users to have something to paint inside VR. It looks promising, and it really caught my eye. Like, it really caught my attention. So I think like a week after it came out, I bought it and I just fell in love with it. Like, it was so good.
Nice. And just out of curiosity, this is more my personal. Do you also paint in real life?
Yes, I am a graphic designer, and I took 2 years of art studies.
Right. Great.
It's also maybe interesting to add to Victor's story that he became like an overnight TikTok success with one of his first paintings.
That's true.
Wow.
Maybe how we met. I mean, I was like looking for there was any talk about us, and then I bumped into his TikTok and I had like over millions of likes, which was pretty amazing. Like in a day or something.
This is the fact. This is the fact that I think that this kind of technology offer a completely new medium, because to people that are not used to it, they see something that is so new, that is so unique, and their brain is just gonna explode. It's like, what the hell?
Yes,
because they don't know.
A lot of the comments I received on the painting that actually blew up on TikTok, it was like, hey, somebody could actually like smell the paint. Like it looks so real. Like they were like, hey, I could actually smell the paint. Or somebody said like, I didn't realize it was virtual reality until I saw like it had no arm. It was just a hand floating. So it's so good. It's kind of mesmerizing how an application can be so realistic.
Yeah. So, before we go to Bill, and then we get just 5 more minutes, guys. I mean, we are going to hop in VR shortly, I promise. There is just one quick question for what platform was used to build the application we got?
Unity.
Great.
Yes.
So, meanwhile, Bill, short introduction, and then we go immediately in VR.
Okay. So, I picked Painting VR. I don't exactly remember where I saw it first, but I remember that it was one of the first things that caught my eyes when I first got VR. I only got VR very recently because I've been wanting to buy it for like years, but I didn't really have the cash basically. But now that it's gotten cheaper and I actually had a job, I tried it out, and I decided to get it, and I really loved it because the feel, even like the physical feeling of painting, is very. I mean, I remember there are haptics integrated in the controllers, if I remember well, and it's very subtle, but it's a very nice. I was surprised by how close it manages to mimic the feeling of actually putting. Of actually putting a brush on a canvas. And I also, I mean, I'm not an artist in a professional sense. I used to, I have done art school. I actually hadn't touched a brush in ages when I first started painting again. but I really like the fact that I don't have to take out a lot of supplies, rebuy a lot of the colors, have a lot of brushes. I actually still have a lot of painting supplies, and I actually took them out to do some testing for specifically for the beta testing. So I actually ended up taking out my supplies to help with the game.
Yeah, that's actually true. Bill, which I always call Tommy because of his handle.
Yeah.
Nano is called Bill. He actually has made several videos where he goes like really, really into detail what you can do with painting VR, to the point that he like discovered stuff that we didn't even know about, which is always really cool. So yeah, we have the best beta testers in the world, and even after that, people keep on coming back with stuff they found out, and stuff they maybe try this and try this for us. And that's why this evening is also very special for us. Like we wouldn't be able to do this without the community. I mean, we really want to make what people want to have, and we learned that the hard way when we didn't want to introduce the undo function at the beginning. I don't want to talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. And
but it's really cool to do this right now and have those two guys in here, and just this is like a really one of the first talks, one of the first brainstorms we're having about this multi-user. So it's great to have it with Bill and Victor.
And what a better way than actually doing that in VR. So why don't we go? So
Sure.
Let's do this. I remember to everybody to actually mute your microphone, and also actually I can mute people. I could mute people. Good. So I'll leave it to you to do it. So Vim, and then also tune down the audio, and then we will meet in the first space from Victor. So you guys are gonna see me going now in Shapes XR, and here I am. Just give me a second, and I'm gonna stream my headset, and you will guys see. So we said Victor, right? Here I am. So, Vim, I'm gonna mute you, and then I'm gonna share my screen, and I already see Vim here in the space. Let me cast, and then I will need help from you guys to tell me if you actually hear everything when is the right moment. Give me a second. Share my screen. Share screen. Here I am. No, we'll do Victor first. Yes, so.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, so now I would like to ask everybody that is actually listening, can you hear, guys, can you speak a second? Vin, Tom, Vin.
Yeah.
1, 2.
What up?
One,
Here
two,
we go,
one,
here we
two.
go. Hi guys,
Testing.
here we are.
Testing.
Here we are. So can you guys hear actually Victor and Vim? Let me know. That would help so that we make sure that this is going to.
I can hear everybody.
I can hear everybody too.
Let's see if people also online can hear Vim and the others. I imagine that there is no return, and I will pop in the audio. But meanwhile, Victor, so this was your first concept, right? So why don't you maybe give us a little bit of an idea what this is about?
Yeah, sure. So I was thinking about like the whole space we have right now of the warehouse. So it's pretty big. So speaking with a lot of people that use this app too, I asked them, hey, do you have any idea? Do you have something that you want to say about the multiplayer experience, what you want to see or something? And they suggested that like a top 5 players, because too much people would be like kind of a mess, and to have a focus more on like group sessions and learning sessions.
Okay.
So we have one universal web browser that the host is gonna be the only one able to control. So
Right.
so he can put like music for everybody or references or something to explain what they're doing right now.
Right. And question:
Uh,
would everybody be able to see this? I mean, they would
yes.
need to turn, or there is some kind of like a copy of this here. So, for example, let me just do one thing quick. So there would be something like this.
Yeah, the users could have a mini browser, but the idea of the browser is to use it more for explanations. And like, for example, if you're doing something like a little rush class about the beginnings of art and things like that, you can use it to give examples and like show
Okay.
it, kind of like a school projector.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
like a school, like a whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, now us also on the space we have for the second half of the space we have what would be like the gallery space. It could be like it should be only decided by the host, like which paintings go in there, like, and every host, like for example, if this time I'm the host, I have all all the paintings I've selected, even not only for me, like even from the other guys
Uh,
in the session. And
Right, I like in
each
fact here
host,
that it's like Easy Way and Friends Gallery. So it
Yeah,
feels like
that's
yeah,
it's a
nice.
collaborative thing. It's not like, oh, this is my own. No, it's what we have
yeah,
created
exactly,
together.
like,
Hmm.
yeah, the approach I'm looking for, it's more like a groupal thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Now on the second frame
Right.
of
So
it,
maybe also to show
it's
people,
more,
we can now we switch to what is basically like another frame. So I'm now at frame one. I'm gonna move to frame two, and you see that the scene is slightly different because Victor decided to explain now the next stage, let's say, or a different scenario in a sense. I just
yeah,
wanted to let
so
people understand what's happening. Go, Victor. Sorry.
I choose a circular layout for the
Hmm.
people, because when I took art classes, we had kind of the same layout in a circular way,
Uh huh.
and it's really useful so people can communicate and listen to the
Right.
people, like listen to the person who is like in charge of the session.
Uh huh.
So this one is more think in the learning capabilities of the multiplayer experience.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So here,
I was already wondering about the placement of the canvases and the artists. And
yeah,
what I was always wondering about is how important is space in virtual reality? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Because right now we have the big hangar, the warehouse. That's our.
Right.
But that was kind of actually that was, I know, because we made that decision. That was kind of a pretty random decision. It's just like a model we liked
Right.
and we could afford basically, and it was going to be used for the demo. But now it's in there, and now that's our space. And I was thinking, how important is that? I mean, because what we're really looking into is like 100% personalization. Is that a
Yeah,
right
it's a good
word?
word. Yes.
So I was thinking, do we need walls? And it's just a question. I don't even
Yeah.
have the answer there, but do we need walls and floors and ceilings in virtual reality?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you could also kind of like scale in, and then you could wonder, it's like, how would you want this place to be, right? So technically, I mean, let me.
Oh,
Oops,
sorry, guys.
someone moved. Go. Can you undo Vic?
Yeah, I did.
yep.
I did. It was me. It
Perfect.
was me.
Hey, it's you. You are the perpetrator.
Sorry,
So
Victor.
now
It's okay. It's
Stole your
okay.
floor.
I'm
No
actually
damage
kind
done.
of like quickly gonna create a wall just for the sake of this conversation. Let me just okay. Now let me just do this. Okay, we can make it like this, and then we kind of like go in again almost, and then you would say, okay, how would you kind of like feel if this was actually a room? right? Would you go
Yes.
for a room, or would you go maybe for something that is more of an open space, or something else?
Yeah, maybe the rooms does make it literally give it a limit, so you
Yeah.
feel kind of this is, what your world is.
Yeah.
So there's so much different ways of approaching this, which makes it really interesting. And I like the idea that Victor is taking information he got from his actual art classes into virtual
Yeah, yeah,
reality,
yeah.
which is a nice way of approaching it because it's like a tried and tested way. So yes, cool.
Yeah.
So this was stage 2, and is there something on a stage 3 then?
Yes. So on stage 3, you can see how like everybody can move around, but only the host will have like the options to interact with other people's. Like, for example, we want to avoid somebody going from this side to this side and painting on his canvas.
Okay.
Because if it's gonna have open multiplayer, we need to take in mind that people can be a little
That's
bit
an interesting point, actually.
yeah,
Strong,
people
basically.
can be a little bit
Yeah, and
mean.
just a question. So these people are painting everybody on their own canvas, right?
Yes,
So,
everybody got their own
and it's
canvas.
painting something different.
Yes,
Right.
they can even pop reference images like we do now.
Okay.
So they'll have all the functions we have today, but for things like interacting with other people's canvas, only the host who will have like the ability to do
Right.
that. And on this one, I'm kind of trying to show like the interaction to open the like if the host clicks the painting,
Yeah.
like a menu or something pop-ups. That's the frame 4.
Wait. I'm
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
frame 4.
Yeah. So
And that's the link to your gallery.
yeah, so that's the spaces in the gallery, and you just choose which one you want to fill out. So the gallery can be changing anytime you have a new session.
I really like the idea that you can have a preview of your work in a gallery environment, actually.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what could be nice also, for example, that maybe this is kind of like live representing the status of the painting, because maybe you don't finish one
Yeah,
session,
yeah.
and then you see
Yeah.
kind of like you see just
How it's been done
yes,
over the sessions.
Yes, that could be an interesting aspect as well. That's
Yeah,
nice.
there's
what I-
like a rewind button on every painting, you mean?
Yep.
The
What I
paintings
was
in the gallery,
thinking-
you can rewind it to see the whole process of the painting. But we still don't. We still haven't managed to do that, actually. Saving
What
the
I
whole
was
process.
thinking, it was more about, for example, like right now you have your preview of the painting. So when you select it, like that preview, it goes to one of the spaces. It stays like so. If it was halfway done, it's gonna look halfway done.
Okay.
One like for the next session or 3, the sessions it takes to the painting, you're gonna be updating that space for that painting.
Okay.
Or you just can't wait until the end, until the person tells you like, "Oh, I'm done," and you were like, "Okay, I like it. Let's put it on the gallery," and you just select it and put it all the way in one of the slots.
Right. Okay.
So that means actually, Victor, that in your setting, there's always like
an instructor in a way.
this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's always a guy who's in charge of
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's the owner of the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, the host of the space should be the only one able to interact with other people's canvases and
Yeah.
to get the gallery.
And
Set
maybe
up.
what we could do is that we could give him a sort of a French hat. Check this
Yeah,
out.
so everybody can know he's the
Let's do like this. Check.
he's the host of the
Yeah.
session.
Let's
Yeah.
suck. That's it. We got also the instructor now. Yeah.
If we make it green, he's an army general.
You're
That's
right.
another thing.
Maybe it's look. That's why I'm not an artist. Clearly, right? I mean, that's
You are, Gabriele. We've seen your paintings.
Okay, so this is
Okay,
great.
cool.
I actually have a comment from Stuart that is asking, probably regarding the room. If you're working as a group, being in a room keeps you focused, stops your mind from wandering. You know, it kind of like give you
Yeah.
purpose and adds a scope to it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Really interesting.
thanks Jeffrey for the comment. I think that is very true, and that's also bring also room, open space. It's a tough choice. So why don't we do one thing now? Should we go to Bill's place?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Let's check what was the code. Let me see.
Let's go to space one.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, space one. I will go to.
Okay.
It should be this.
I'm gonna check. DA8S83. DA8S83. DA8S83.
No.
The code doesn't work
The
actually.
code is invalid. Yep.
Yeah. Bill, could you give us the new code?
We tried a second space.
No. Wait. Let's wait for Bill to. I think. Not sure he can hear us. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Bill. Let's hope he's coming back. Oh, yeah, again.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, he sent it.
5
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Join.
There we go. Join in. So as you see, this is all purely live
Okay.
at the bleeding edge of innovation. Everybody, I hope you're having a good time. And again, ask questions if you want. We are here to have fun and to entertain in this pretty beefy space with 12 stages. So this is really a masterpiece, Bill. This is not anything like I have. And we have the full UI from here.
That's
From
amazing.
the game, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, actually recreated like if you take them off, they are individual pieces.
Wow.
Awesome.
Okay. That's why I told you I spent all the Sunday doing that.
Yeah, without
That's
any
what I
prior
love about
experience
creative
there,
people.
right? Without any prior experience. Let's also not forget about that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly.
So Bill,
It's very
guide us
intuitive.
through. Guide us through.
Okay. So basically, I created this. So the idea is how creating an avatar would work, basically.
Mhm. Okay.
For the shared space. So
Right.
you have the menu, which is pretty much how it looks now. So I'm thinking it's going to probably be something that you find on the menu. So if you go in stage 2,
Yes.
you will see it could be something like this. So something that you see and you immediately think
Like it's an avatar.
okay.
or- Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so you go. I'm going through stages because
Yeah, we
I
are
need a
stage
list
3. We
to
are
make, but
following you.
anyway.
The
Yeah.
tree?
Yes.
So
So
basically-
actually, Vim, you see at which stage he is because he has a number on top of his head.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
tells-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically. So stage 3 is simple. You see that if you point it, you will see the options. So in this case, it's
Right.
the sharing option. So let's say you click it,
Right.
and then you go. Just go. You can go straight to 5.
Right.
So basically, this is how I imagine. So it might be completely different. The menu could
That's
look like
cool.
for sharing.
Right.
So let's say that you can invite friends that you already have on a list, like on your Oculus list, or even that maybe there is a list you can make within the app, or you can create a code like with this app. And then you have the avatar customization, which is the idea that I wanted to show.
Okay.
So basically,
Nice.
the idea that they have for the avatar, since this is a very hands-on type of app, is that you select it and you basically physically grab it from the menu. So you take it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You pull it out.
yeah, exactly. And then you just set it down. So for example, let's say we set it here.
Right.
And then, I don't know, it's maybe you can have a stand for it or it's just going to hover, but that's not super important right now. So you have your mask, which is media for the avatar. So, and then you can actually paint on it. So you can do
nice.
whatever you want.
Oh my God.
Let's say you want to make, I don't know, some really thick eyebrows. Oh, so like this.
Right.
I don't know.
This remind me a lot to. Have you ever tried Kingspray?
Yeah, they have it.
Okay.
You can
On the
have
mask.
your painter mask with like your air valves and things.
Right.
Oh, your
can,
cap.
like,
You can paint
graffiti
your
on
cap.
it. Yeah, also your
nice.
cap. Yeah, you can like paint on it. It's so cool.
This is a very nice idea. So basically, you kind of like let the creatives create their own avatar, not like pick or make.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
okay, this is another canvas, and then once you have selected, that's how that's going to look like. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be flat, so it's not. I mean, now right now I cannot really do it, but it's going to be like a canvas, but just in mask shape.
Right.
And then my idea is that if you get tired of it, I mean, if you want to save it, so I will just do it in this frame. It's we're already here. So if you want to save this avatar, so let's put this away for now. So here, and here. So let's say you want to save this avatar. And you just move it back to the menu.
Right.
And then
Oh, yeah, cool.
it's there. And then you can just take it out. Oh, it took out the wrong one.
Yeah, but then we get
You
it.
can
Yeah,
just
yeah,
take
you
it
get
out
the mask
and
back.
yeah. And let's say that you say, oh, but I am tired of how it looks like. I want to change it. I want to completely make it different. So you go to the water bucket, which is here.
Oh, right.
And you pour it in the bucket.
You clean
and
it.
Then,
Nice.
yes, and then you grab it and it's clean. And you can
That's
start
amazing
again.
how you did this.
Yes.
It's like
And
a play.
you can just paint.
It's like a magic
whatever
show.
back on it.
Yeah, this
exactly.
this is magic. This is magic.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for
but
the
also the
dots to
whole
come out of somewhere.
presentation. The whole presentation is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
You know.
awesome.
Look, I mean, now let's talk a little bit about designers and pitching, right? I mean, because what right now designers are doing when they pitch their concept is they use PowerPoint slide. Now, how can you tell me that this is not more convincing than a PowerPoint slide?
That's
I
true.
am sorry. I mean,
And also, maybe when you would do this on a PowerPoint, we would go like, "Wow, this is like a crazy idea." We would not get it
yes,
immediately in the same way as.
yeah.
But actually, this is actually if I don't know, Gabriele, if we have some time, because I would like to say something about avatars.
Please. I think we do have some time. Go ahead.
I think this is if I may, Bill, if you have
Yeah.
some other things that I don't want to interrupt or anything. But
No. I
this
just
is like one of the main questions. Let's not say struggling. It's not a struggle. It's just something we have to give a hard think. But shall we have our own avatars, or will there be like a unified avatar system? Will people want to look different in every application, or will they have their own identity or individuality? Will that return, or will that like totally go away? That's something
Yeah.
we're really, and that's maybe also interesting to think about, because it's like this could be a really good solution for having like a unified avatar system over different applications, and then we could have masks for every application where you can have like or different outfits or that are unique for a kind of application.
Oh yeah,
Like-
because
like,
maybe you could have like this, and then okay, I'm going. What was it? So, and then you have maybe like different ones that you can take out. I mean,
Yeah,
for each
depending
one.
on your mood.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's just that. Of course, it's this.
I mean, I
really,
think,
like I
Vim,
said,
you know,
I really-
honestly, I think first of all, it is not that common that people get their users engaged in this level of development. So I think it's great, and I think it just follow this. And I mean, you've got a lot of users, and you can show them 3 options, send a survey, and see how they react before start developing. Right? Suppose that you already thought about it.
Of course.
So I think that it's a
But
good point.
that's like, and you notice, Gabriele, like with what we're doing, we always have to keep in mind with stuff that's not there yet.
Yeah.
We always have to think about how will this evolve, and how will, because you always have the technology, but you also have the people that are using it. So it's, for me, it's really interesting to constantly take those into account, and think about all the different possibilities before we make like a decision that's kind of decisive. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I
really
agree.
interesting.
So, Bill, we are at stage 10. Is there something else here? Because you said you built 2 spaces. I'm not sure if.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is basically just if you go to the next stage, it shows how it might look like for 2 people to interact with this sort of avatar. So
That's beautiful.
Simply
I'm
like
gonna
that.
take a picture. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. We
my
did
idea-
with the. You can also take a picture with our viewpoint here and have it in your avatar. So, like now, for example, what I'm doing now for the people that are watching, I'm now grabbing this viewpoint. I'm doing here, and I'm maybe framing it. I can zoom in, and then I can take a picture, and it's now in my headset. So anything that you have created, you can actually take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
wrong
because
button.
also because also another matter I think that people could think about is, do you want to be just, for example, a face and hands, or do you want to have actually some kind of body?
No, I think if it's like this, a mask, I would personally go for a mask only.
Yeah, same.
Personally.
Mask and hands, yeah.
Personally, that's how I would feel about it. And I like the minimalistic thing, and it's also the artistic thing. So, that standardization, I'm not sure that it works for everything and works for everywhere. So, and if you give artists the power to create something beautiful, they're gonna blow your mind. So,
yeah, that's true.
But I
That's
don't know.
already happening right now.
yes, exactly. So,
It's actually happening right here.
yes,
It's happening right here in front of our
Yes.
virtual eyes.
Yeah, like I like the idea of the mask because I think you could really go very wild with it, or one could just say, no, I just want to make like what is it again? Like maybe I just want to make just smiley face. That you literally can just do super simple or super complex.
yeah.
Nice, man.
Awesome. Let's do this. Let's go to the next space then. Okay. Let's see, because I believe you got 2, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's
All
do
right.
that. Let me check.
I'll check that the code is correct.
Okay. Let me check.
E22993.
Mhm. Here we go. We are. By the way, guys, this time, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me here around.
No,
I hope you guys
don't
are enjoying the
apologize.
streaming. So let's go in. I think we are here. This is the new one. Oh my God, 16 more. So what's this shenanigan build that you've built? Let's show us.
Okay, so we start. So we just is everyone here?
Yes.
Yeah,
Here we are.
Okay, I was
Front row seat.
okay. So so this is the idea I have for the space sharing was more about like a personal space compared to Victor, who had more of a class in mind.
Right.
So this is closer to say you have your own workspace, which I called Atelier. So in this case, the idea is that it's Yellow's workspace. So this guy. And so it's more about, like, say you invite a friend or a couple friends.
Right.
So it's a different kind of scenario. So I was thinking if we want to actually co-create a work with someone, how could you do it? So the first thing that you can think of is that you literally have a shared canvas. So, for example, the big wall-mounted one. So you paint together. You just literally each of them paint something, and it's just literally sharing a canvas.
Yes.
But this could also be a bit cumbersome because maybe they don't want to work with such a big space. So maybe they want a smaller space.
Right.
And then it's a bit cumbersome to just be like
when you resize the
so
canvas,
close to
especially
each
how the
other.
system is, I think it's gonna be tricky.
Okay.
So basically, it's a bit crowded, basically.
So I mean, if I go one-on-one and I put myself close, I mean, it's gonna be very cramped if there is someone doing this together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's
Looks
say that you
cozy
want
from
to,
up here.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So let's say you want to do something smaller, but you also want to do it as a cooperation. So we go to slide 3.
Okay.
So my idea is that you have two connected canvases, but they are separate in the sense that each person has the space to work.
Right.
So since they are connected, so let's say that you see from here that they are in co-op mode. So thing. And so if someone does this, then it's going to appear the same in the other one. So they are using separate canvases.
Painting.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same painting, but it's in two different spaces. So let's say that they start like this and they're doing the same thing. So, and then in the next slide. So then yellow decides, well, okay, I like what we have created together. So this thing that we have done together. But now I want to do something else. So I don't know, maybe they both made a landscape and Blue wants to put, I don't know, a cat in it, but he wants to put a dog in it. I mean, this is not the best.
They have artistic differences.
That's
exactly
right. I can imagine that happening. Yes.
Yeah.
And
it happens all the time.
So how can they do that? So yellow can say, okay, let's get out of the co-op mode. So he clicks in the co-op indicator, and then now it's in co-op. So it was in co-op earlier, so you still have, I don't know, for example, this and this that they both have made. But now each of them can go in a different direction. So
right.
He can do this, he can do that, and whatnot. So
right.
They can now even start it from the same painting. They can now go with two different paintings, or they can even start right away, turn this off, and then completely do two different paintings right from the start. Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they can even have one of them being like a different size than the other, so it's like this, and the other is like that.
Right.
So in this version, they would be completely different.
Okay.
So the next question is, if you go to the next slide, so but if blue goes over to yellow's painting, so they now have different paintings.
Right.
But blue goes over to yellow's painting.
Yeah.
And yellow's painting is actually still interactable by blue in this scenario. And blue goes and says, oh, actually, I would put this here. And so if you go to the next slide, so maybe yellow says, oh, yeah, that's a cool idea. I'm totally okay with that.
Okay.
But maybe yellow say, no, I absolutely do not want you to do that. I don't want you to be painting on my stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So, and also, like Victor said, when you're making a shared space, there is the issue of people that are going to be mean, so trolls, basically. So especially if it's a friend, maybe you know them well. But if it's someone...
Sorry. Have you seen the spaces that are able to paint in VR chat?
No.
Like some people get inside and do like nice intricate paintings, and some random just walks by and like
no way.
Yeah,
that's what I want to avoid.
It's really it's crazy that we have to think about that, no?
Yeah, but it's interesting how you say, okay, what and how do you toggle collaboration and sync? Right, this is also a thing, because how important would be for people to have this sync state, and how important would be for them to have others come and join correct? Because I see also, for example, in Victor's situations, there were multiple people, but you might want the professor to actually show you how you would do it, then maybe undo, and then maybe the student does it, right?
Do it yourself.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is actually interesting because this brings an interesting point. Like, how do you toggle on
This
and
is
off?
actually
Yeah.
this is actually a way, because we're also thinking about, and then I'm going to let you continue, Bill. Sorry. We're
Yeah,
also
no problem.
thinking about like some kind of recorded life lesson situations where you actually get like a virtual teacher that shows you lines or exercises that then disappear from the
Oh,
from the
okay.
canvas, and that you have to.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's all interesting that this coincides with this
Yeah.
with this way of thinking.
So, Bill, so
Okay.
we are at stage 9 right now.
Okay, so let's see that yellow doesn't want to
Yes.
allow us. So we go to stage 10.
Yeah.
And so this indicator that we have, so these indicators that will be that, for example, this is yellow's
Yeah.
canvas and easel, and this is blue's. So let's say that yellow goes and locks actually that that
Yeah,
indicator.
okay.
So now blue cannot go. Like if he goes, he will not be able to do anything. So
Right.
he can try to paint, but he
Nothing
cannot.
happens.
Only and yellow can continue. Since blues is not locked, so now yellow could go and paint.
Yeah, as
So
a revenge
Blue could
as
say,
well.
yeah,
We're having paint war.
Revenge painting. It's a new thing. Revenge painting.
or yeah, or maybe it could be a situation where yellow doesn't want blue to be modifying his,
Yeah.
but blue wants yellow to be modifying
right,
his.
right.
So
Of
they could
course,
have
of
a
course.
separate toggle.
Yeah.
So in this case, you can see they are disconnected because
There is no
the
sync,
indicator
yes.
shows that, and then that one of them is locked. And
Yeah.
the next slide is just both of them being locked and disconnected, basically.
Right. That's wow. I mean, I think that there is and I think that if you would get also designers with the like experience, it would be interesting to see how also that, because that's also now it's a scheme. It's kind of like a mock-up, right? And that is perfect. But then how would you actually indicate this? Because this then becomes very important, right? This section here. How do you toggle it on and off? Will people be able to understand easily what's the status of each other's canvas? So this is also, it's not trivial to then recreate it with clear enough UI, I would say. But this is absolutely incredible. Thank you very much, Bill. And it is incredible to see what people have made with a few hours and in shapes. And now we are here now, basically discussing and reviewing what are real actual concepts. And
Now
and
you can also see, Gabriele, why we really like working with our community members. I mean, these are all really it's amazing stuff for us to
Yes,
start from. I
absolutely.
mean, Xander's on a holiday, so he won't be watching this.
Well,
But I hope
the
you're
stream is going to be
recording this,
recorded,
so,
so plenty.
Okay, this is very valuable, actually. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks a lot.
And Vin, I've also heard that you have something to share. Am I correct?
That's correct. I mean,
That's-
I have 3. I'm the minimal approach guy. Let's go to my.
Let's go there.
Yes, let's go.
So let's go to the next. And so, by the way, guys, we haven't been interacting with you, listening, and I also apologize. But you see,
So
when
this
you are
is it.
in
This
VR,
is
you're
my
actually
great
so
idea.
immersed. So I think if you have some more questions, then with something that Vim and the others can actually answer by the end, when we'll kind of in 5 minutes hop out, and also to say goodbye. Feel free to drop the question.
I can see
But
that.
meanwhile, Vim, where are you? Here you go. We are here.
I can see we have Stuart following as well, so I'd like to say hi to Stuart, and he'll probably be the next that we'll have in here to talk to you about what you think we should do with the multiplayer. So yeah, this is the multiverse. the metaverse. No, sorry guys, I was going to use the word, but like here we go.
You
This is
did
my
it.
first slide,
You
and
did it.
yeah, I did. So what I just wanted to do is that for me, what this whole multi-user is based on, because like multi-user has always been on our timeline, always been like, but it was like for us was like one of the features, something that was a nice to have. But then when the Discord started working, and when all you guys showed up, there were over 2,000 members on the Discord now, of which, yeah, like say, a couple of hundred are actually active people, and then there's people like Bill and Victor who are super active. So when that happened, I was thinking that, whoa, this is much more than just a feature, because like, and I'm going to slide 2 now. In the beginning, we had like people popping up and starting to use our app, and like all these beautiful pink cylinders here, they're all like the places where our users are working. And then there was more people coming on slide number 3. And for me, like now we have all these individual ateliers, as Bill called them. What I think is going to be like a game changer is we, on slide 4, if we can connect all these workplaces, we're like creating an actual new virtual world. And that's what I really like. That's like when I had like this kind of vision of what painting VR might become, is like it's a way of world building, but inside out. Like instead of building the world first and then putting people in it, what we have done is like bringing all the people together around this shared passion of painting and creating, and then create the world around them instead of doing it the other way around. So that's actually what I wanted to show you.
Actually, let them create the world, because each one of these
Also,
is actually their own space with their own art, expressing their own style and telling their own stories. So I think that is the thing, that they are building the world themselves in a way. And
of course, but we are. I mean, we are giving them the tools,
of course,
I mean, we are curating in a way. But that's what I mean. For me, that's the big vision behind the multi-user, that we can actually create these worlds of people that are. And I hope that, because like it's been mentioned twice, that we have to have special features to make sure that mean people don't do mean things, which I will definitely take into account. But I'm like an idealist, so I never think about that. I think that everybody in the world is nice. But yeah, it's for me, this is important, because I like the idea of bringing people together around like a shared passion, and not just like an empty space or an empty. So that's what I wanted to say, actually.
It's exciting, and really, this is bringing me just to another point, guys. First of all, go and check out the Kickstarter, because it's just there is a great vision, and what you can try now and download is just the tip of the iceberg, really, of what's going to come. And also for anybody that is interested in actually being in a setting like this and discussing about this kind of concepts, design, like what we have done with Victor and Bill. Thank you guys very much. I think it's a great opportunity, and you see how easy it is, right? I mean, we have been there, and you can just share code, join in, create, share your ideas, share your concepts, and invite others to have those conversations that otherwise you would have in front of maybe a digital board, or on a Zoom call, or maybe put on the headset, streaming your headset to it. So I think there is a lot of exciting future for all this creativity to get unleashed in different forms, either that's on a canvas or it's just in a space to give shape to your designs. So let's go back, guys. Thank you very much. Let's just go back quickly to the streaming, and to say goodbye, everybody, and eventually answer any questions.
But we can't go on video anymore, because we all have VR face now. I'm gonna have a red face.
But that's the price to pay, my friend, for being cool.
Oh my god. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Here we are back. You should be able still to hear me. I'm gonna delete this, and wow, I hope that you guys got something out of that.
Okay, I'm back at the stream.
Hi. Yes, can you hear us, right?
Yeah.
Vim, you're still muted. So I was saying, and I hope you got something still from the painting VR side with regards to what is that actually where the app is going, what are the opportunities to actually start working and co-creating together, but also what it means to be able to create, right, and to be in the same space and start designing and ideating together from step zero. So I think I want to give the last word to Vim. Vim, you're still muted. Vim, you're muted.
Now I'm
Okay.
unmuted.
Yes.
So I would like to thank you for having us here, because this was even more exciting than I imagined. I think for me, definitely whenever we were in there, I was forgetting that we were doing this live stream completely. So maybe I've said some inappropriate things. But yeah, for me, this is like the part that makes it exciting, is that this is already like showing what the power of multiplayer is. I mean, I'm in Belgium, Gabriel is in Holland, Victor is in Mexico, Bill is in Italy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So yeah, and we were all together like for an hour, really talking. I mean, I like what I like about VR is that it makes memories, and not just like a thing. This is really it makes memories. I'm going to remember this thing that I had with
Yeah.
Gabriel and Bill.
And this brings a good point. So, when you're sharing this kind of concept, when you're sharing this kind of design, you want it to be memorable for people to be present during those maybe 20 minutes. We spent almost 1 hour, right? But do you want people to be present during those 20 minutes and be 100% focused? Not that someone is maybe turning off his camera or doing something else. No, you're sure that you have 100% attention and you're actually doing work with that time. Yeah,
Until we're going to have our phones in virtual reality, like a virtual phone. We're going to be looking at the whole time.
No, that's a curse.
I'm going to start working on that tonight.
I think there might be one of the most highly wanted feature in some of these meeting apps.
iPhone VR.
iPhone VR.
Okay, so and then thanking you, Gabriele, but also thanking Victor and Bill for
Absolutely.
representing our community. And like I said, we're going to be doing this more often. I mean, this is not going to be a one-time thing. Shapes XR has shown us something that's really valuable for us, and this is like really be together with our users and see their ideas come to life. That's really great.
Absolutely.
I'm really convinced.
So, Bill, Victor, I wanted to thank you personally. I mean, thank you very much for your idea, spending the time, and maybe one just quick thing. What was your impression about being there together and creating and so on, so that we can close?
It's amazing. I really believe it's a great tool to create things like this. For example, now all the team Painting VR will have like an idea, a notion on how to start, like how things might look like. They're not going to start from scratch, so they have like another perspective on things, and I think it's a pretty great tool to work with.
Well done.
Yes, I think it's a very great tool because you can actually see almost physically what you want to create. So instead of having to, I don't know, sketch it or describe it, I mean, it's very hard to misunderstand, I think, when you can actually physically show what you intend rather than write it or describe it, especially when you have a multicultural and multi-language community, because English,
Right.
I think, is no one's first language here. So
Yeah,
you have to consider that.
Good point.
Also.
It's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, I mean, VR is bridging distances and culture. So it's a great communication tool. So in that we really strongly believe. So
I
guys,
got one quick question for Bill. I mean, because you've made these scenes like really elaborate, like they were almost like animation movies. Like, and I was wondering, did like working with the application also gave you ideas? I mean, because it happened to me when I was doing it. I came up because I've made other scenes than the really simple metaverse I just made, but it gave me ideas. I mean, it helped me to make what I was thinking about bigger and more palpable. Was it like
and
that?
more visual.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what
So-
happened? You know what happened, Vim? This I want to share also this because. Sorry, Bill. Finish answering your question. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, yeah, definitely. I got ideas while working and while taking out the shapes. So, uh, for example, the thing about trolling is something that yes, I have seen, for example, from VR chat or things like that, and I was already aware of. But also something that I saw when I actually did the let's say the tutorial with Gabriele, and I saw that you could readily interact with each other. So I thought, okay, but if I was a mean spirited person, I could just, I don't know, go and paint everything pink or throw everything out
Yeah.
and delete it.
Yeah. Like I was stealing Victor's floor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yours was a mistake. If you're a troll, then you just want to
That's
create
who.
chow. Yeah.
There's who.
But I would just want to end. What happened is also when you are there, you don't even realize that you make those decisions. So
Yeah.
why the icon was put at the bottom right? You made that decision because probably it made sense, but you don't even realize that you make those choices, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of like innately start making choices and about the mask. Why does the mask look like this? Why would I, So those are just choices and design that you do the moment that you actually start creating straight away.
Yeah.
So I
It's
think
very simultaneous.
Yeah. So guys, I want to thank you very much. One last reminder, check the Kickstarter, Painting VR World Kickstarter. Let's go to the last stretch. And if you are designing, if you want to create, if you need to communicate those designs at scales with other people, then there is nothing more memorable that I believe what we've showed tonight. And it's how do you do it if not in VR? So thank you very much. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Victor, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting us.
It's a pleasure. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.